What's going on, guys? My name is Ben and welcome back to another video. This is actually day 2 of my quarantine. My work has unfortunately closed and I hope everyone is staying safe out there with all that is going on in the world with the coronavirus, and everyone is also listening to the government's advice, which is to, of course, stay home. Now, that kind of gave me an idea for this video. Whilst I am at home, I do not want to be bored, I do not want to be sat around. So I thought I'd order as many car parts as I possibly could for the M3. Now, this doesn't mean that I am necessarily keeping the M3 or I have made a kind of decision between which one I'm going to keep, either this or the Boxster, but they are kind of cheap mods which will have a massive effect on the appearance of this car and make it look a lot meaner. So in this video, although they're not here yet, I'm going to be installing gloss black M4 styled kidney grills, so they will just make the front end look so much meaner. And the observant ones of you may notice as well that I have wrapped the kind of intake surrounds in gloss black as well, so once those two are together they will look incredible and make the whole front end look very mean. I didn't film that because I weren't sure if I was going to like it or not, but very simple, they just clip out essentially. But what I'm going to be tackling today in this video is I'm going to be installing 15mm spacers on the front and 12mm on the back. So this will give the car a much wider stance and make it look a lot more aggressive. So I cannot wait. Let's give you guys a walk around the car so you can see the before, then we'll get the car jacked up and get to work. So then let's start with a walk around the car for its last time in its kind of standard form. Up here are the kind of gloss black wrapped bigger air intake style things that I mentioned at the start of the video. They look absolutely incredible and I'm so happy with how those have turned out. I can't wait for them to complement the gloss black kidney grills when they eventually arrive and go in, so the front end will just look so mean and it will piece it all together. I am debating doing the mirror caps and maybe these parts, these kind of side indicators, if I have enough wrap as well. Still undecided, but still. At the front, this is probably the kind of worst for fitment. You can see it tucks right into the arch there, and I'm kind of worried about sticking a spacer on that because the arch gap is kind of large, so I'm a bit worried it's going to amplify that. And yes, I know my wheels do need a refurb. It's on my to-do list. The spacers I'm going to be using are these precision hub-centric wheel spacers. I got these off Amazon. So on the front we have 15mm with black bolts, and then on the back I went for black ones just because that's what they had. 12mm on the back, again with the black bolts, so they look really nice in the wheel. The back fitment is the one I'm most excited about because it already sits quite low and it's almost flush. That 12mm spacer will just make that look absolutely fantastic. So that's what I've got in mind so far. I will leave the links to the spacers in the description down below if you want to buy them for your car. They were quite cheap, they're only about 38 quid a pair, so they're very good. Right, I think I'm going to start with the back first because that's the one I am most excited about. Little tip, to make sure that the spacer is seated flush with the hub, go ahead, give it a little clean with a little wire brush, and then also I'm going to coat it with a little bit of grease as well, just so that if and when they come off a little bit easier. Right then, so as you can see, that now sits absolutely perfect with the bodywork. I think it's still got to settle a bit. It's a little bit high on the back, and it will eventually drop down. But first one done, I'm absolutely over the moon with that. I think that looks fantastic, as you can see. Nicely tucked there. Right, one down, 3 to go. All the spacers are on then, and I'm absolutely over the moon with how much better this car looks. I actually took this car to a kind of M3 owners kind of casual convoy the other day, and yeah, everyone had many mods, and my car was of course sat there standard. So I feel that has influenced a lot of this video, to be fair, but it doesn't matter because the car looks absolutely fantastic. It looks so good at the rear. Let me turn the camera around and I'll show you. So as you can see, it's a nice subtle mod, but it sits a lot meaner now. So unfortunately, the front does sit kind of high. That is quite a big gap. I can get about 3 fingers in there. So that is quite a big gap, which I don't understand why, but as you can see, little spacer there. And then the back is really where it's transformed it massively. The back fitment is actually on point, and I'm so happy with how that has turned out. For such a simple mod, so these spacers are around 38 quid each for a set, or a pair I should say. So roughly about 80 quid, spacers for the front and rear, and it just looks so good. I'm really over the moon with the back. That looks so much better. So the only thing we are now waiting for to truly transform this car are the black kidney grills. They should be here in a couple of days, but of course I will edit them into this video as well. So in a minute, I'll get to installing those grills. Couple of days later then, and the kidney grills have just arrived. I cannot wait to install these. It's really going to finish off the front end. Here they are on the roof, and I have already had a little bit of a sneak peek, and I think they look absolutely brilliant. These are the M4 styled kind of kidney grill, so I guess that's because of the double slats and the way they kind of stick out a little bit, whereas the chrome ones are kind of recessed into the body. So I think these are going to give the car a little bit of a facelift, and like I say, it's just going to complement the front so well, and of course match those new black kind of intake surrounds. So let's get these installed. It shouldn't be too hard. I did practice on a 1 Series, that is my friend's, a couple of weeks ago, so hopefully it goes well on mine. So the first thing you're going to want to do is use a T30 Torx bit to remove these 4 bolts on the top of the bumper. This should then allow you to flex the bumper forward and then do the 3 clips at the top and then the 3 at the bottom. Right, as you can see, the bumper is now able to flex, and if I stick my head in here, I can see the 3 clips that are holding the chrome kidney grills in place. So if I get my hand in here and kind of try and push the tabs down away from the body, as well as pulling on the front like so, see it just starting to go there. Is a bit tight. There we go. Not too difficult. There's also a clip down here at the side. one down, one to go. Now, once this one is out, it should be easier to get your hand in through this way to undo the clips. And I managed to do that without breaking any of the original kidney grill. Second one out, again, didn't break any clips. What I'm going to do now is give this a bit of a clean, install the black ones. Wow, there we are then, guys. They look absolutely fantastic. These were off eBay, they only cost around 35 quid. I will of course put the link to them in the description down below because they look fantastic. The quality of them is bang on. All the clips went in, no issues at all. And there was no wrestling or anything like that to get them in. But these look so much better. All BMWs should come with gloss black kidney grills from factory. They just transform the entire front end of the car. And now I am glad that they match those little intake surrounds as well. So really chuffed at how these have turned out, and they've just completely given the car a whole new facelift and just made it look a lot younger than it actually is. There we have it then, guys. The M3 is now completely transformed, and I cannot believe what I've been able to do to the car with relative little amount of money. So the whole mods only cost around £100, which when you think about it, to transform a car in the way it has is nothing really. Of course, the gloss black kidney grills have just completely facelifted the car, and now they of course match the wrapped kind of intake surrounds, and the spaces have given the car a much more aggressive and wider stance. And just overall, I am over the moon with how this now looks. It no longer looks like it's just rolled off the production line, and it's no longer just a standard M3. But there we have it then, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, be sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell so you do not miss out on any of my future upcoming content with the M3 and the Boxster. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.